Welcome to Express 3704C, Experimental Psychology. Our focus today is on life as the ultimate experiment. William James said life itself is the most interesting experiment. Every chapter of my life, as detailed in my book, was an experiment in survival and purpose, testing my limits in the lab of real life. The scientific method follows the concept of observation, hypothesis, experiment, and conclusion. In life, I observed my circumstances and formed hypotheses about change. Each move I made was a new experiment. The quote from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 21 reminds us to test everything, hold fast to what is good. I became both the scientist and the subject, testing how much pain could be transformed through belief. Designing an experiment involves considering variables, control, and bias. My independent variable was always choice, and the dependent variable was the outcome, strength, peace, or regret. Self-discipline provided control, while fear and anger introduced bias. As Proverbs chapter 19 verse 8 states, a disciplined mind brings stability. In my experience, life rewarded my consistency more than my emotions, much like in a laboratory setting. Ethics in research centers on responsibility, honesty, and human dignity. I learned what happens when ethics break down and resolve to live with integrity after seeing the results of dishonesty in my life and others. C.S. Lewis noted that integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. The hardest experiment I faced was simply being honest with myself. Learning through trial and error means behavior is shaped through experience. Whether in sports, the Navy, or fatherhood, I gathered emotional, physical, and spiritual data through repetition and failure that shaped who I am. I believe that failure is simply feedback. Every setback I encountered was a test result, showing me exactly where I needed to improve my faith and focus. Unseen forces, like faith, influence behavior and motivation. My faith was an invisible variable that saved me and acted as the catalyst to keep the experiment of my life going when I was broken or confused. According to Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, faith is the evidence of things not seen. When hope was lost, I had to measure my belief in God, rather than focusing on my difficult circumstances. Reliable results come from repeated effort, a concept known as replication and consistency. My exercise routines, daily prayer, and work ethic were my replications. Consistency brought more predictable results. Consistency is the mother of mastery. Fitness, faith, and discipline helped turn my unstable life into something measurable and meaningful. Data analysis requires observation without distortion or bias. In my memoir, I analyze my own life's data, finding patterns like how neglect bred strength and struggle produced wisdom. As stated in John chapter 8 verse 32, the truth will set you free. My personal data confirmed that true healing begins only when you stop lying to yourself. The researcher's bias means our beliefs shape how we see the world. My early trauma created biases that I carried into adulthood, requiring years of reflection to see how those experiences colored my views. Anais Nin said, "We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are." For me, healing was about cleaning the lens, learning to see myself and others more clearly. In conclusion, my life is a living experiment, demonstrating psychology in action through adaptation, resilience, and transformation. Every trial, from poverty to loss, taught me how to adjust, survive, and evolve. Romans chapter 12 verse 2 advises, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." The data is still compiling, but so far, it shows that struggle can be turned into science and faith into fact.